We are once again at the White House Country Inn. We stayed here a couple of years ago when we were on the way to do the first stint of the Wild Atlantic Way, and it was equally lovely this time. We also met a couple of our subscribers, Paula and Ian, who've been following the channel for a while. So that was lovely. We're off to Fishguard this morning to go and do not the Wild Atlantic Way, all the bits that we didn't get a chance to do before. Forecast a bit hit and miss, but hopefully we'll get some sunshine. So we'll catch you on the road.
And so we set off with great anticipation for our next Irish adventure, and it's only a couple of hours run to the Ferryport at Fishguard. And so after a smooth crossing, we arrived in Rosslare and luckily only had a couple of minutes ride to our accommodation for the night, which was the Ferryport B&B. We stayed here before and found out it was very convenient if you're arriving fairly late or you have to get an early ferry the next day. So we checked in, showered, changed and went straight out to grab a bite to eat and of course a pint of the black stuff. First Guinness back in Ireland, look at that. We didn't bother reviewing the Ferryport B&B as we'd already done that on our very first Wild Atlantic Way episode. Our 3.5 hour ride today was going to include 2 stops. The first one after about an hour was to the ancient town of Waterford to check out some Viking history. And then the second one was going to be the little harbour town of Dungarvan, where there's a castle we wanted to take a look at before our final destination of Kinsale. I didn't realise it, but Waterford is globally recognised not only for its exquisite Waterford crystal, but for its rich Viking heritage. The city was founded in 914 AD by the Vikings from Norway, making it over 1100 years old and therefore Ireland's oldest city. So here we are in Waterford. Not only is it home to the famous crystal, but also closely associated with the Vikings. King of the Vikings is the world's first Viking 3D virtual reality adventure. We didn't even know it existed. The Viking house has been recreated within the atmospheric walls of a medieval monastery where once stood a Viking fort. And the whole experience basically charts the history of Reginald, founder of the city of Waterford and King of Waterford and York.
Neither of us have had much experience with virtual reality entertainment before, and this was really great, very educational and a fascinating way of telling the Viking story. In fact, it was so good I've been looking for similar VR experiences to visit ever since we got home.
flat white.
Flat white's great, look.
Look at that. Perfect. Just what you need after a vicious
Viking experience.
Viking experience. And so, refreshed with our great flat white and a cultural experience, fascinating insight into the Viking history, we set off for our next stop of Dungarvan Castle.
This old habit's got a hold on me, won't let go of me. This old habit's got a grip on me, won't set me free, won't leave me be. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in.
Dungarvan is a harbour town located at the heart of County Waterford. It has a population of about 10,000 people. And as it was on our route and it had a castle, we thought it was worth our place to have a stop.
I know I should just walk away, but your hold on me won't give away. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you.
The castle dates from the early days of the Anglo-Norman settlement in Ireland. It was built in around 1209 to safeguard the entrance to Dungarvan Harbour.
I can't get away from you, you pull me in, you pull me in.
That's interesting. Not really a castle as such, is it? Just the old castle walls you can see. And in the middle, they built this great big White House. It turns out that the White House was actually a two-storey military barracks dating from the first half of the 18th century. Never pass up a chance to go and visit a castle, that's what I always say. That was it, folks. Probably the quickest castle tour I've ever done. But never mind, let's have a look at this beautiful harbour at Dungarvan.
You pull me in, you pull me in.
Although the clouds are beginning to look a bit threatening. So I think it's time we headed off to Kinsale before the impending rain. Sadly, things were going to get a lot worse before they got better.
So, coming up to the hotel and in pretty grim weather, we managed to take a wrong turn. Bryce sensibly decided on a 16-point turn, but of course I knew better and pedalled my way back down. Bad decision on a very wet hilly road. What a donut. Foot slipped, and I'm glad Bry managed to edit out the expletives. No damage done, just a very dented pride.
And so we finally made it to the hotel car park, only to find out that it was actually a pretty steep one. The GoPro doesn't do it justice. Well, good afternoon folks. We've arrived at our final destination today, which is the Kinsale Hotel and Spa, which we just checked in, looks really nice. In fact, got upgraded to a suite, which kind of cheered us up a bit because it has been an awful day. As you can see, it's hooning it down, has been all day long. As a consequence, not a lot of on-bike footage unfortunately. It's been grey, wet and blowy, and yeah, not the best riding conditions. However, this place looks great. Bikes are parked up there, and our room is opposite this nice little waterfall. Anyway, let's go in and check it out, shall we? So we got upgraded to a suite. Maybe he took pity on us. When we arrived, we looked like drowned rats. So let's go and check out the suite in the Kinsale Hotel and Spa. 312. Wow, so look at this. Great big kind of lounge seating area with its own TV. We've even got our own deck, which would be great when it's nice and dry. Imagine sitting out here with the beer and the sun shining when it's summer. Oh, I forgot, it is summer, isn't it? Yeah. Welcome to summer in Ireland, folks. Yeah, I could be sitting out there with the beer now, should it? Huge king-size bed. So let's check out the bathroom. And we've got storage for our gear. Sue's looking like a drowned rat.
That's what happens when you come to Ireland. You get drowned.
Yeah. What a great place to be in the summer. We are absolutely drenched. Made the mistake of putting jeans on instead of our Gore-Tex ruckers, so you live and learn. Anyway, what do you think of the place, babe?
It's a gorgeous place, and it's just a shame it's not going to be nice enough for us to really see it at its best. Yeah.
But it's one of the best rooms we've stayed in.
Well, it was very kind of them to upgrade us actually, because this wasn't what we booked originally, was it? I think he felt sorry for us.
So we're going to maybe go and check out the spa, maybe have a swim. Looking forward to Guinness o'clock. So Guinness o'clock, folks. After a hard day in the saddle and getting the soak in, I think we deserve a nice drink of the black stuff. Excellent. So, what do you think of today's foray?
Well, we set off in the sunshine, or relative sunshine, and that was nice. Loved the Viking experience, loved the virtual reality stuff. and loved the ride after that. Didn't like getting drowned in torrential rain and blown a gale, and didn't like dropping my bike even more. Stupid, lost footing on a hill, dropped my bike.
It happens to everybody.
Though.
What are you drinking now?
Alcohol-free gin. Not that had anything to do with dropping the bike though. Just saving myself a wine later.
Thought of the Kinsale chowder. To be honest,
It's not as good as mine.
not as good as Sue's chowder. But never mind. For the main, we're having...
Well, we overindulged last night and decided that instead of having a main and a starter, we would have 2 starters. So this is the starter portion of mussels.
Yeah, mussels and
Looks nice enough.
a bit of garlic bread. Oh. With a healthy mixture of spelt and fruit.
Fruit and scrambled egg. No bacon today.
If you're looking for accommodation in Kinsale, would we recommend a stay at the Kinsale Hotel and Spa?
We stayed in a B&B in central Kinsale last time, so thought we'd try this very impressive looking hotel and spa, graded 4 on booking.com. It's located down a long single track country lane. Very pretty, I'm sure, in the sunshine, a tad more challenging in the torrential rain which we arrived in. It's about a 10-minute drive down to the town of Kinsale and not really walkable unless you have better weather than we had and a spare hour or two. The views from the hotel over the cove are really beautiful. We visited towards the end of the school summer holidays, so there were lots of families with small kids, and we were fairly sure that this was the reason we got upgraded from the family room we'd booked to a 2-person suite. Our room, number 312, was really lovely with a huge bedroom and living area, sofas, 2 TVs, a separate walk-in wardrobe storage area, and a shower and jacuzzi bathtub. The bed was super king size and was really comfy, and the floor-to-ceiling window must have been in the region of 30 feet in length, leading to a patio area and overlooking the car park, countryside and waterfalls. The hotel had a spa offering the usual beauty treatments and products, and a large pool. Being the summer holidays, the leisure facilities were heaving with kids when we went to check them out. So as we both feel that we've done our time with screaming children, we decided to give the pool a miss on this occasion. The reception and restaurant staff were friendly and helpful, but other than check-in and dinner, we didn't really have much interaction. We ate fairly early as usual at 6 p.m. The restaurant is quite informal and has a cafe-like feel to it. The food was okay, but on the more expensive side, and actually not that great, and reinforced our general experience that big hotels are typically good at providing accommodation, but not necessarily memorable food. Brekkie was included in the price of the room and was a buffet with the usual hot and cold options. As the building is right on the hilly coast, the car park is almost entirely on a steep slope. And as the hotel was full, so were all the motorbike-friendly spaces. It's approached via a one-way single-track lane and is well tarmac, maintained and secure. We had a good night's sleep in our lovely suite, and if we get the opportunity, we'd like to revisit the Kinsale Hotel and Spa, but probably during term time.
So the Kinsale Hotel and Spa got a 4-star from booking.com, but do we think it was value for money?
Well, we're off to Kenmare today, but first we're going to revisit one of Ireland's greatest passes. So we're off to the Healy Pass. Catch you on the road.
We were both looking forward to our ride to Kenmare today because it was going to take us via the Healy Pass, one of our favourite roads in Ireland, and we just had our fingers crossed that we were going to get some fairly decent weather, so at least we wouldn't be riding in cloud. We'd been riding about an hour when we got to the town of Dungarvan and decided that we were overdue for a coffee stop. So we grabbed a quick coffee at the local petrol station and then jumped back on the bikes for about a 26-minute ride to the Healy Pass. The last time we did the Healy Pass a couple of years ago was in brilliant sunshine and clear skies, but I must admit there's something about this low cloud hanging over the hills that made it much more atmospheric, but equally fantastic to ride. So here we are folks, top of the Healy Pass. It's not raining, which is good. Still dry.